Welcome to Just the Point of View, another message from the streets. Today's topic, I'm gonna go right on into it. White supremacy, or so-called white supremacy in the Matrix. What am I talking about? I was in thought today, and I was thinking about the Matrix, and I'm thinking about so-called white supremacy. White supremacy is actually a program, and that program is actually a virus to humanity. Just in the same way as classism or the caste system, that is a virus. It had its purpose, but its purpose has ran its course, and now it is infecting the progress of humanity. So-called white supremacy is no longer needed. It has given people that associate with this thought process, a head start in the positions that they play in the occupation of the planet. Yet that this is or has come to an end. And what's going on is that people is trying to hold on to this program. And in one sense, they are not at fault at it because, again, it's a program, a form of indoctrination, and it has poisoned the minds or infected the minds with this virus of so-called white supremacy, entitlement, and the way that people that identify with this system operates, how they deal with other people, so forth and so on. And it's another form of the caste system or class system. And anytime we have this type of idea that has a foundation in the society, it eventually becomes a stumbling block to the progress, because some people are traditionalists and they want the old ways. They want to make the society great again, in a sense, and they would like to operate out of those paradigms of thought. But that paradigm, that program, is most definitely detrimental to the advancement of the social development. Now, a lot of people that have embraced this program, if one of the things that I heard today scream or holler, no, that's socialism, that's communism. If any type of adjustments are suggested to this form of government that we're operating out of, capitalism, which has actually failed on so many levels. Democracy has failed. The democracy, I believe that it was, possibly based in good intentions, but we get individuals in these positions, positions of power, positions in the parliament, and these people become corrupt. They're not good moral in their thought process and their operation, their morals and their operation, as far as theft, favoritism. They don't actually operate the machinery of democracy properly. What they have done is forged a Trojan horse. That's a virus that has been infected into the democracy operation, and the joint has gone rogue. And a lot of people are sick and tired of it. From the presidency down to the police force, with different types of things that they consider to be normal. This normalcy is actually abnormal, where the authorities they're supposed to be having, keeping justice in the land, are actually some of the major criminals. These are some of the major players in the crime syndicate, again, from the presidency here in the United States down to law enforcement agencies, local politicians, Congress personnel, so forth and so on. Yet, one of the things that I think that is very detrimental and can be fueling or has fueled in the minds of the masses is that these people that gain these positions, they are above the law in many instances. They do things that are identified as a criminal act towards the basic citizens. So if you or I would have done some of these things, we would have been thrown under the jail. We can take this case that's magnified right now, the George Floyd case. If another citizen would have put their knee on an individual neck for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, we wouldn't even be where we are right now. But because it was a guy in blue, one of the fraternity brothers, one of the frat brothers, you know, one of the untouchables in a sense. You know, that's how some people look at them. They can't do no wrong, but they're humans. They have error. And the thing is that the people are dissatisfied with this lopsided form of justice. It's actually a form of injustice. Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere, in the words of Brother Minister Martin Luther King. Ladies and gentlemen, the matrix, white supremacy, has an illusion up in the minds of people that embrace it. They feel like, you know, that certain things should apply to other people, but it shouldn't apply to them. They're still living off the residue of the oppression of the colonizers, their forefathers. They feel that certain people should know their place, and those people are below them. You know, another form of the caste system. And it's just a wicked operation that needs to be dissolved. One guy said on Facebook a few years ago, when they was talking about, you know, some person that had a very racist perspective, he said, man, don't even worry about it. You know, they're gonna be dead soon. Because a lot of the racist people in the United States are some of our older people. And they are very sick with this virus. And some of these older people have taught it to their children, and their children taught it to their children. So this is how the infection continues to spread. It's an infection that is far worse than COVID, because COVID is a physical thing, and it causes different type of ailments and, you know, maybe potentially death in a physical sense. But we got people walking around every day that got this ailment of white supremacy. They're dead in their minds, and they're unable to resurrect. They say they believe in Christ. They say they have this system and this system. They got morals and principles. Even if they not believe in Christ, they say they believe in humanism. They believe in certain things that they don't practice when it comes to people of other nationalities. So I'm gonna bring this to an end. Once again, the topic of the day was white supremacy and the matrix. I really ain't touched on it like I really wanted to, but I told myself I'm gonna keep this video at a certain time frame, so I'm gonna step off and probably, most likely, hopefully come back and expound on it a little bit more, because this really needs to be examined. This is a psychological issue. You know, the dumbing down of individuals that embrace this. They claim to be superior, but that's claiming to be superior also shows that they really are inferior. Inferior in more ways than one. If you never read the ISIS paper, I highly suggest that you read that by Frances Cresswell. You know, rest in power, sister. The thing is that we got to realize that old systems come to an end, and there's a new way, and it's for the benefit of society, and we need to work together regardless of our nationality. Intelligence don't have a nationality. Intelligence doesn't have an ethnic code in a sense. We know that right is right and incorrect or wrong is wrong, and that is intelligence. But a lot of times people get polarized to the left or the right, and you know, their gang mentality or their thought process, you know, even if they were sheep, they'd turn instantly into a wolf. Ladies and gentlemen, bring you this message of love, and I leave you this message of peace. Peace, love, and grace to all humanity. Remember, raise your level of consciousness, and if your consciousness is raised, and you're not operating out of a raised level of consciousness, and you're operating out of a distorted perspective, even though you do have a raised level of consciousness, that raised level not doing you no good. If you're a practice of any religious perspective or spiritual teachings, and you don't utilize that as how you make analysis dealing with human beings on a level playing field. Peace.